Hi, Talks&Cakes. Welcome to another or to the new episode of the new season. It will be special today, and they have new guests. Again, it's really I'm very grateful for my guest today, Nico Verzijden. I hope that I pronounce it correctly, Dutch way, Verzijden, yeah. Nico, he has been a long-time activist in Service Civil International, peace anti-militarist organization. I had made episodes for SCI before. Actually, you may check out our previous episodes that was focused more on the International Day of Peace. So, and back to Nico. So, long time SCI activist, currently part of the International Executive Committee of SCI, and also volunteer in the Dutch branch of SCI. So, hi, Nico, and
Hi.
welcome.
Nice to be here.
Talks&Cakes podcast. Really, thank you for accepting the invitation, for making the time, and really the effort to join me in Talks&Cakes podcast. I know Nico is really one of the first supporters of the podcast in general. So I'm really looking forward to our conversation today.
Mm-hmm.
So our conversation will be more focused on volunteering, activism, grassroots activism. And we will be I will be going with Nico through his story of being a volunteer activist and for a while a staff member at SCI. And so I will I asked you, Nico, before, when was your first work camp, now volunteer project with the Service Civil International? And you mentioned to me it was in the 90s. So this is a really long time ago. Yeah. Would you like to share with us again, how did your journey started with Service Civil International?
Yeah, so I took part in my first volunteer camp in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And the wall had just fallen between Eastern Europe and Western Europe. It was still very difficult to go to Eastern Europe from Western Europe. There were not many opportunities, but I really wanted to go there, and I found this organization that was offering places in projects in countries there. And you could do some volunteer work and meet people from there and from all over the world.
Yes.
And I thought that would be a good idea. So I did a 2-week project in Czechoslovakia, a country that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience. About 25 people, quite really from all over the world, Egypt, United States, and many European countries. We had a great experience.
Do you remember the topic of the camp or the?
Yeah, it was in the Tatra Mountains in Slovakia. We actually was presented as a nature camp.
Yeah.
We actually worked on the cross-country ski tracks to take the big rocks out of the track. So it wasn't really ecological or something like that, but the working together with people from many countries and many backgrounds was really worthwhile.
Well, yeah. Have you been also involved before this project in activist work? When you were young, were you also consider yourself a young activist? Were you joining even maybe in the Netherlands initiatives or campaigns and things?
No, I wasn't really. I wouldn't call myself an activist, but I have been volunteering. That's quite common in the Netherlands to do, lots of volunteer jobs, but not in the activist scene.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned that this project that you participated in, it was historically significant. It's where you mentioned the times that east, it was difficult from the west of Europe to go to the east of Europe. I was actually thinking, like, how did it feel being there, and what did you learn being with also volunteers from other countries? So you mentioned the US, from Egypt, like people coming from other continents as well, in times that it was also difficult in Europe itself, like for volunteers to gather from the same continent.
Yeah.
Did it, for example, like, did it teach you something, or did you think about something new during that time?
I think it opened the world. It made me meet people from other countries and cultures that I didn't really meet before. I mean, we went abroad on holiday, but then you don't really meet people from that country usually. And we were invited to people's houses over there in Slovakia after that camp. We visited ourselves with some friends, people in other countries. We made friends. And even if the friendship has been lost since, I mean, we had some years that we shared stories with each other. And I think it showed what SCI stands for. If you learn to meet people from other cultures and other backgrounds and countries, you understand that everybody is in a similar situation. Even the situation is different. It sounds contradictory. But all the same, even if they're different. And it makes you feel closer, and the world gets open. So I think that's what I learned.
Yes, I agree with you. I think even in my culture, at some point we are raised, that we are different, and we are, we are unique. I think really sometimes in nationalist spaces, it's like, we are unique, there's nobody else like us on this planet. But then, yes, when you participate in youth exchanges and volunteer projects, like when you go abroad, maybe not so much far from your country of origin, but yes, you discover this like contradictory, that like, there is differences, but also we are united somehow, and there's so many things that we share that bring us together, that it creates a term that we really repeat so much in Service Civil International, which is safe space. Really, I feel like this is what mostly I also would think about when I think about SCI. It's a term that's circulating, safe space. So yeah, that's really interesting. Actually, when I'm just thinking about really like our seminars or like projects or the spaces where we are meeting people from different places. But also, again, SCI is focused on promoting peace values, human rights, supporting the refugees, anti-militarism actions, and standing there like for all the values that Europe and so many people from all over the continents, Africa, Asia, the global south and the global north, are looking forward and promoting, especially people who who feel or stand with these values in their lives. And I also ask you about like peace. When does it start in our world today? Peace it is very fragile, and even like the word itself, it became very fragile in times of war. But you told me something, and I think it clicked. I thought it's like, I thought it's simple, but then I thought, no, this is radical as well, which is, you told me like peace starts within.
Yeah.
So would you like to tell us more, like, how did you come to this belief, and if you could explain it to me more, like?
Yes. So the world is at war. It had always been, I think. I think we don't need to be positive about that. But we have to believe that there's a different possibility as well, and let's call it peace.
Yeah.
And I think SCI believes that there's peace at 3 levels. and you have to start with peace with yourself, peace within, and then you can move outside. If you have peace with yourself, if you've found your way in the world, then you can have peace with others. And finally, there's peace with the world and with nature. And the words are big, but it starts in everyday life. It starts with the smile to the people on the streets, and to be at ease with the life that you live, even it might not be the life that you want, but you have every day to change small thing to come closer to what you really need and want in life. And that's the same for peace with others and for peace with the world.
Yes.
And I think that's what SCI is not about, big words and really big groups and big things and big themes. It's about us.
Yes. And I really agree with you that change comes from the people. And again, sometimes it can sound a cliche that, like when they say, like, oh, we will change the whole world, they will change, like, sometimes like these terms can be really like echoing a lot in leadership, it's like, one person can change the whole country, can change the whole group. But I really relate so much that it really starts with ourselves, and it starts with a person, as you say, like little acts every day, like smile, being at ease, all of this, it really matters. Then it creates this collective, like also really like this collective of individuals who are really like bringing peace to themselves, to the surrounding around them. Maybe like they might change a life of an individual. I think in Service Civil International, it's international organization, so there's volunteers. It's really like a big movement, and there is volunteers from everywhere. And I have been there like now 2 years and a bit. It's a growing really with how many volunteers are joining, how many volunteers they get inspired as well, that they keep joining different seminars at the same time. It's really like that safe space, peaceful space that's created within the movement. When I thinking about this and like what can what can SCI, for example, like expand and do more in this sense? Do you have thoughts about like how would you like to see SCI growing further from the time that we mentioned how like it started for you, but how would you think like this once?
Maybe I should tell a bit more about how SCI is doing this actually in practice. So we mainly organize volunteer camps. These are short-term volunteer projects with a group, a really mixed group of people from different backgrounds, from different cultures. And then we'd like to do something practical, and really not talking all the time, but just trying to contribute something to a local community. This might be a refugee center bringing some activities for children when it's a silent period. This might be an organic farm that needs a stable to be built. This might be a music festival, solidarity festival that might need some support, really practical things. And by working together on a volunteer basis, you find out that you start to understand each other better. And then that creates solidarity between people, peace between people. To be honest, I'm not a person of great sights or visions. I don't have a big plan. And for SCI, I just wanted to continue and grow slowly with the people that want to join us. I want to give the opportunity to as many people as possible, but it's probably not for everybody. There can be other ways to peace as well.
Yeah. That actually when since it's an organization was established, or like mostly also is in Europe, and you mentioned like refugee center or a solidarity project, so this would mean that the people who are like sharing these spaces are from different cultures, and they are not necessarily Europeans, and they are not necessarily based in Europe, so they might come as well from outside to participate in these. And how do you usually welcome people in this project?
So obviously, for the people with some money, it's possible to participate in such projects, to take off from the paid job for some time and to join such a project and to travel there. But also people from with less money, so to say, want to participate and need to participate. So we need to find money for that, because we want to give everybody the opportunity to participate. Yes. And it's not easy to find money for that. A lot of funding bodies have restrictions, and somehow it seems that a lot of funding bodies don't like people traveling all over the world, especially not from what you would call the global south or the poorer countries in this world to the richer countries. So we would really like to find money for those people to participate.
To be able to join, yes. Yeah. Again, I think this is really very important. Reflecting on this point, I would leave in the description and in the comments a link that directs to SCI website, and also how donations can be made as well. And really just reassuring on this, it's very important to have people from different countries, or also, as you mentioned, from the global south, like the countries that were affected. If you're like doing solidarity project or something related to those people, to have those people present as well. It's like, somehow it's their cause, and it's really what matters of like hosting them. And yes, it is called volunteering, but also being a volunteer, it has costs. It has costs of travel, it has costs of visa, it has cost of accommodation. It's like, it's not free and it's not like free to cross from the global south to the global north. So I really assure that supporting volunteers in youth exchange, in seminars, in volunteer camps, it's really important, and it really matters so much, especially really like in times where funding is more restrictive, like for the organizations, or again, like in difficult times, like they really like with war, or like there is also like more restriction, immigration policies, like anti-immigrant policies, because so really like supporting the volunteers to come, and it really would be really like very important. Is there anything else you would like to share related to really like how important is supporting volunteers when they participate? I know also like SCI it has like other branches and partners all over around the world. I know it matters when in some projects the volunteers are present, especially in countries that access or travel, it's not really easy. So for example, like Europe, volunteers from abroad to come to Europe, they need a lot of support due to several circumstances, to prove so many things with the visa, for everything must be provided before they granted a visa. And I know SCI is based on volunteers. Is there like specific things that you could think of that actually maybe our listeners, when they think about solidarity, it's also part, is SCI is solidarity. So when people some people, they could donate and support with money, but some people could support with other things. If they are based in Europe, for example, and the project is in Europe, would you think of examples, things like kinds of support that are acceptable in SCI?
Yes, money for sure isn't the answer to everything.
Yeah.
It actually might be the problem for a lot of things.
Yeah.
As our founder, Pierre Cerezo, already said, that I also don't know how to solve this problem.
Yeah.
But money might be the cause of a lot of killing. Well, I think we can say he's right.
Yeah.
So it's not only money that we need, but we also need these local projects to come to us and say, look, we have an interesting job for a group of people to do. Can you support us? We would need people with accommodation that can host a group for a seminar, for example. If there's food left anywhere and there's a group of us close by, we could use that. We could cook a meal in a community. I mean, there's lots of things. Contact your local branch, I would say, the national branch in your country, and see what they need. A lot of projects start locally, and then we can see to invite people from abroad and create the international part of your local project.
Yes.
Because for sure, if you have a local project, there are local projects like yours in other countries, and you can learn from them.
Yeah.
We can be the connection.
Yeah. And I know the local branches of SCI everywhere, they are really supportive, they are available. There's also the International Secretariat in Antwerp that's hosting like the main thing of SCI. So like the website, or if you have any questions, you could reach out as well. Like I would also leave generally the website and how to reach out like in the description and in the comments. And when I thinking as well about like more like really old, bringing people like together through these projects in our times today, and maybe thinking about as well like the future. Do you see like any hope from these things? Like, is there like how I would frame just my idea correctly? Like through these like projects and through these like volunteer camps, is it also like maybe for young people, for everybody really, it's not specifically young, does it give hope for people who want to support? Like, just this is like the people who are going to support SCI. Is it, how does it like give hope?
Yeah, I don't know if there's hope.
Yeah.
I'm an optimistic person. It doesn't make sense to lose the hope. We have this world. We live on it. We should go on.
Yeah.
And we should go on in the way that the best way we think is possible. And for me, that's in solidarity with people. And it seems like an organization like SCI is needed now more than ever. On the other hand, when we were founded after the First World War, there were also many reasons to start a peace organization.
Yes.
We still exist. We've gone through difficult times and through changing times, and we still exist, as I said. So there is hope. There's a need for projects like ours to bring local communities international values and to connect people all over the world.
Yes, I really agree, Andrea, really like on the idea. I feel like sometimes, yes, we see it's very challenging for, again, like as I mentioned before, like it's very challenging for the organization, like to, in times of war, like in times of really like tough, like global situations, to think that, okay, this could go ahead, this could keep going. But yeah, I really believe, like, as if, I would say, like, maybe I'm quoting this from Arabic, but there is good and bad in the word. So even if the bad is existing so much more than the good, but the good is still there, and the good is still to exist. Like, so it's really so like hope and something good, it would always really exist, no matter how challenging like our world or our situation would look like. And as I said, like, we should always really like believe and in hope that it would always exist and to always be there, no matter what, no matter how difficult the world would get around us. Do you have any other thoughts related?
Well, if we're going to spend 20, 40, 60, 80 years here on this earth, let's do it the positive way.
Yeah.
Let's try to connect to as many people as possible.
Yes. And I truly believe, like, donating for a good cause, it will give you back too much goodness. Like, I hope that I'm also phrasing this correctly in English, but I really believe, like, if you give, like, it can be like, the giving of something good, it will always like give you back something good in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Really can come back as good health, good really like wealth, as I said, like inside you as a person, in your like values and belief, or even your actions in everyday life, it will reflect in something good. So I truly believe, like, supporting groups, people, supporting everything that's doing good for the world, it will reflect something good. And this where the change will really like happen, because I really believe that we are not going to live in bad times forever, or like bad times are not going to control us or take our life, as I said, like 80, 40 years of our life to be just like bad or negativity from the world around us. Is like the world has been always in wars. Militarization has been always there, and it's increasing. It's just developing from form to another, like advancing without the humans. They're like industrial revolution and advancing. But yeah, always really like giving whatever for a good cause, it will be reflected good to the person themselves.
Yeah.
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 And in all bad situations, you can try to take a good stance and to find a peace or somewhere.
Yeah.
And you might not always find it, but you can still try.
Exactly. I totally agree. Like, giving up is, I would say, like, it's not a choice. You like really like be, but always really like giving good and taking good and like this. Okay, I was also thinking, I asked you if you, as part of Talks&Cakes, so we had part of Talks, but also as part of Cakes. And I asked you, what is your favorite cake? And you told me that you will think about it. And the time of the podcast came, and you're still thinking about your... and I was like, still thinking like, okay, Nico's still thinking about the cake. But actually, you brought the cake with you. And is it an apple pie?
It's an apple pie. It's a Dutch apple pie. I brought this from the Netherlands. I'm sure in other countries they have maybe similar kind of apple pies, but it's a quite common pie in the Netherlands. We have a lot of apples, and then in summer and autumn. Well, I think the funny thing is you can there's a lot of variations in it. Everybody bakes his or her own apple pie, and you can add many things that you would like.
Yeah.
Some people add raisins or nuts. You can even add spices like cinnamon. That makes every apple pie special.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I like apple pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like if it reminded you like of a project or something that actually just explained to me like that.
No, I don't think.
No. Yeah, that's. Thank you for then like you bringing the cakes. That's you making the cakes. But Talks&Cakes. Okay, so I think that's all for our episode today. Unless Nico, you have anything more to share?
Thank you for the conversation. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Nico, for joining, for your support always. Again, I'm very happy that you joined Talks&Cakes. I really hope people like whoever is interested in volunteering, in really finding peace with people, with other individuals who really believe like the values that we just talked about in this episode. And please check out SCI website. Also, if you would like to support in any way, even if you would like to join the collective, to join the groups, to join the volunteering from wherever you are around the world, don't hesitate to reach out. And we're looking forward for more things, more projects, more collaborations as well. Especially during this time of our life. And
we need you.
Yes.
For the peace in the world.
Yes, and we need your support, and it's really important today more than any other time ever in our life, really, to support activists, solidarity groups, to support all the individuals who really like mean to keep our world at peace, positive, and really at good. So thank you for watching Talks&Cakes. See you in another episode soon.